Hey everyone, it's Blake with FishBait. In this video, I'm going to walk through the new features released with the Laserfiche Directory Server version 12 2025 spring release. Let's take a look. Alright, so I have Laserfiche Directory Server pulled up. It looks pretty much the same as what we had with the initial release of version 12. And there's really only a couple of new features that have been added in the spring 2025 release. So the first one is if we go to accounts, you will notice that next to the different user accounts, we now have a last sign-in time. So that's pretty nice to see, especially as you start moving your end users over to authenticating with Laserfiche Directory Server authentication. So as they all start using that, this can now track the last login date and time for you, so you can look at all that. When you export your user list, it will also include that information for you, as well as if you're using the LMO API. The next change, if we go to settings, if you are using a domain locked license, which is highly recommended, if you don't know what that is, shoot a question in the comments and I can get you pointed in the right direction. But if you are using a domain locked license, you can now see which domains are associated with your site license for Directory Server on the settings and then the general tab. So here you can see lfdemo.com is the domain that is linked to this site license of Directory Server. I've seen other implementations where you can have upwards of 5 or 6 domains possibly associated with it. So it's really nice to see what's already there so you don't lose track, because you do have to make those requests per domain. So this is a nice way to keep track of all that information. There have been some other security enhancements. For example, old references of .NET have all been moved to the .NET 4.8. Some additional fixes and enhancements as well. If you are using the GraphAPI and using Entra to authenticate your users using SAML, there is now a fix in place so organizations that have over 150 groups on a single Entra ID user token, it can now account for that. So if you're one of those organizations that have been using that, hopefully this is a great update for you to get behind and get implemented so you can start making use of that new feature. So hopefully this has shown you what's new in the directory server with the spring 2025 release. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, keep fishing.